Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty the Crappy Crafter. Today, we're gonna play with another Craft Kitsune box. This one's a resin box. You can tell, because it's got little resin things on it. So, well, let's just jump right in. I have no idea what's in here, so let's see what's inside. Alright, let's see what we get inside. The pamphlet telling us what we have. I didn't get beige, I got brown, but, you know, whatever works. The instructions, the 4 colors of opaque UV resin, which work really well, the mold, which is super cute, the background pieces, the moss and the wreaths. And let's start making mushrooms. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I put a little red in this one because I want it to kind of seep down into the grooves, because I'm gonna put white on top of it so that it will be underneath it when it's all said and done. The red will be on top. Trying to smooth it out and get it into all the little grooves. It kind of works. I put a little bit too much and it pools up in the bottom, and it's not quite as nice as I was hoping, but it works pretty well. And we'll go in and we'll add in the white. I'm going to do the white in 2 layers because it is opaque, and I am curing all of these for at least 4 minutes. At least 2 minutes per side. You gotta do both sides. Do both sides. I didn't even bother with the ramping up. I just went straight in with the high power lamp. And it seemed to work pretty well. Look at how cute that is. And I'm gonna try to put the stem on it. We'll have to make the stem first. And then I realized I'll just make all the stems and see what they look like. Including 2 bits that I have no idea what they are, because when I used the QR code, it went to her playlist, but this particular tutorial hadn't been put up yet. And that's okay. So those 3 squiggly bits, I have no idea what they would be used for, but I made some. I was going to use one of them, but I ended up not using it in the end. And then the 2 little round bits over here, one of them is domed, and one of them has like a pointy dome on it, like maybe they're baby mushrooms? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But they're still super cute. That one is harder to take out than the others. I'll come back to it and I'll get it out, but the first attempt is always the hardest, you know? I still don't know what those squiggly bits are, though. But those could be baby mushroom caps. I don't know. And we'll figure out which stem I want to use with that one. And I'm going to use some UV resin that I got off Amazon. I've had this for a while. It works pretty well for me. Just a drop. And then we'll cure it. I'll lose some footage. And we'll get back into it. I have made a cap and another stem. This is the best stem. I really like this stem. However, it is so hard to get out of the mold. By the end of the video, it becomes much easier though, because it gets a little looser. Not necessarily a good thing, but it's easier at the end. I'm going to put some dots on this one. And then I'll cure that. And the dots are the same color as the stem. And my black gloves are making this whole thing wash out, so it's hard to see the actual cap. And that's too bad. Here I mess it up, and that's alright. I put it in the wrong cavity to hold it still, but it'll work. So you just can't really see it because of my black gloves. It's increasing the exposure, and it's just not working. But you'll be able to see them at the end. Here I'm going to make a second mushroom cap. This one I'm going to make 3 colors. I'm going to start with the brown, and then we'll cure that up. And then I'll add some wheat. And we'll slosh that around a little bit and cure that up. And then we'll finish it off with some white after this one is cured. We're also going to make the stem in white. Trying to get some bubbles out because the first stem had some bubbles around its, little skirt thing there. And this one is still going to have some bubbles because I didn't poke it in quite the right place. But the last one I make in that particular cavity will work really well. This one is my favorite mushroom. I'm not sure why. I think the gradient worked out really well. You see, I'm still having quite the issue getting this out. Just look at that. It is so pretty. Well, if you could see it, it were pretty. But everything's washed out because of the stupid gloves. Camera thinks everything is too dark, so it's increasing the exposure or whatever. I don't know camera terms. But just look at how cute that is. I really like that one. Now for the last mushroom. This one's going to be done in multiple layers as well. Well, they should all be done in multiple layers because they are an opaque UV resin. And remember, I've said it before and I'll say it again, make sure you cure both sides for quite some time. I did 2 minutes on each side with the full power of my lamp. Adding in some brown because I have a lot of it and I'm basically using it as filler. And then we'll make the stem and we'll top up the cap with the wheat color. This time I'm not going to take the cap out of its cavity. I'm just going to put the stem on it. Did you see how well that came out? That came out so nicely the third time. Cure that up. And then we'll do one more thing to this one. I want to put little white dots all over it. This time I'm going to flash cure each dot in between with the UV flashlight that I got from Jackie's first kit. And keep in mind, these videos are sped up quite a bit. This section is 2 times, so I'm holding it there a lot longer than you think I am. And then we'll give it a proper cure. And there it is. My little mushrooms are so cute. Now it's time for a wreath. I'm going to do the big wreath because the little ones were littler than I thought they were when I looked at them. This is the glue that I got from the last Craft Kitsune kit, and it seems to work pretty well. I will finish up this container of it. I still have one somewhere. That kit came with 2. This stuff is fun to work with, but it's kind of stinky. The smell of it was in my nose for like hours afterwards. But it feels so nice. I still have no idea what that little wiggly thing is. It could be... Maybe it's supposed to be a long stem? Maybe for that cap? I don't know. I really don't. I eventually take off the wiggly thing because I think it just looks silly. And glue all of these down. I'm not really worried about placement because, you know, nature doesn't worry about placement. Nature just puts stuff wherever it wants to put stuff. So I put stuff wherever I wanted to put stuff. Now I'm gonna use a little of that UV resin to really anchor it in. I'm gonna put a little UV resin at the base of every mushroom, but I'm not gonna show it here. And that's it. It's all done. I think it came out really cute. What do you think? Well, that came out so cute. Look at how cute that is. Look at it. It's so freaking cute. I love this. It's definitely a little bit more time intensive personally than making the chest, because the chest was just a 2-part epoxy resin. You dump it in the mold and you leave it for a while, but this you had to sit on it and you had to work with every piece individually. And I probably could have done multiple caps at the same time, but I didn't really know what I was going for, so there it is. That is super freaking cute. And I love it. I love it. I think this was a great kit. The only thing I didn't really care for was this mold here and this one here. They're very long and it's hard to get stuff out of them, but other than that, I don't know what these 3 were really meant for. I did use the QR code, which is the same QR code as every project. It just takes you to her videos, not anyone in particular, but when I got there, the instructions for this wasn't up yet, but that's fine because I figured it out on my own. I think it's super cute. What do you think? So, with all that, I think this came out really cute, and I think that's another successful project done. So, see you next week, and stay safe.